All right, this is Calibos, and this is Beyond the Skies. So I am looking at my FPS there, and it's pretty low, like right in this area. So I'm thinking it is time to, what's this area? Maybe it's this. It could just be the load-in stuff, but I'm thinking it might be time to consolidate stuff as far as making my life better. I wonder if it's the the scanner here. So, yep, we're gonna look into better power, I think, and then we're gonna try and jump into AE2. Let's see what we need for this. Requires big reactor. So if I do this one, I think maybe that will unlock big reactor. So one of the things that I haven't done is here, we're just going to need this really quick. And we'll toss that in here, because why not? Just... I haven't actually started graphite for this. And that is a thing that I need to do. So I don't know if I can just... Okay. So we're going to have to pull these apart and do this. Oh, the hopper picked it up. That's fine. I don't actually care all that much. I don't actually need all of this, probably. So... One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. And by probably, I mean I definitely don't need all of this. But there's no kill like overkill. So let's do this. So what this is going to do is this is going to cook stuff and it's going to make graphite bars. And it's basically going to cook all of that into graphite. You may not have realized that I did this, but I went ahead and... Here's Dave. So this is Joe. Joe was the zombie who was over there. Joe is a... What are they called? It doesn't say. I forget. Librarian. I believe Joe's librarian. So we can trade books for emeralds, which may be important later, but we'll see. So what else do we need for the big reactor quest? But yeah, one of the things that I'm hoping is if we get into the AE2 stuff, we can automate, we can change our storage. So we would basically get rid of all of this and put it into an AE2 network. And I'm not super excited about it because it's going to take a lot of off-screen crafting and automating and stuff. I mean, I'm probably going to set up a bunch of the automation on camera and then just start grinding stuff down. We're probably also going to use the power from the big reactor to get into the environmental tech to supplement our ores. Oh, you're mad at me. Well, that didn't last very long. I think somebody's angry, but so to supplement what we're getting here, the other option is we may be producing enough power that I could set up an additional orchid. If I didn't break any of the sparks. Because if you'll notice, our... Oh, right, it's here. Our pools are starting to fill up pretty nicely. So we're actually accumulating quite a lot of extra power. Another thing that I'd like to do with environmental tech... Oh, right, I moved the cloches down here. So... You remember that the inputs on the front, I basically placed them down from the back here. So I was facing this and placed them here. Because I feel that this is much more appropriate to look at than that. And I don't mind the fluid duct here. So I have an ender tank, and it's just water's being pumped out into these. And then they're pumping stuff out on their own. I notice I don't need any servos or stuff like that into the chest. So the water for that is actually coming from here. So the ender tank is set to blue. It is automatically pulling from the aqueous accumulator, which already is automatically pushing into it. So I'm hoping that is fast enough for most things. So as we get additional crops and things, we're going to just continue down, and I'm going to do stuff over there. We will eventually connect these tubes so that we have multiple places to go up and down. Although I am going to leave that stepped up slightly instead of dropping the floor. And as I said, we are going to put the big reactor down here. Probably right here. Let's check on... Oh, yeah, this is fine. So you'll notice that the mana clog has moved down. So the closer these are together... Well, that was useful. Maybe I'll put the big reactor in here. So the closer these are together, the faster they go. And you can see that stuff is happening. So I've decided not to be creepy and mysterious about the area over here. So what this is that's going to be 3 blood altars. Another reason for me to get into big reactors and environmental tech is once we have enough power, and we're talking about generating hundreds of thousands of RF a tick, I am going to be setting up a nano beacon from environmental tech, and that'll give me like regeneration, and I'll always be full, and a couple of other things, creative flight and stuff. So that's kind of like the general outline of what we're doing, and I'm hoping that doing this will reduce the load as far as stuff. So we're going to make all of these and a couple of additional things. So just so you're aware, each one of these requires as well more casings. So what we're probably going to do is aim for these, first, and then go for the 18, although I'll probably make more than that. So let's start with the controller. Oops. Controller. So casings, that. So let us go fetch our first load of graphite. Now notice that we could not smelt the graphite into blocks, but what we can do and this is going to require lots of graphite, by the way. Silly, silly amounts of graphite. See, we are already out. I mean, and the only uses for these is to make this. So we're just going to convert all of these. So do we have any casing? Okay, so we still have 49 left. So let me show you how far these don't go. We out of uranium? We are. Uses. So we can actually smelt this down into ingots. So the enrichment chamber gives us 2. One. So we can basically ore double a couple of different ways. That's going to take a minute. So the uses for this. Yeah, we can pretty much only double it. And that's fine. We'll do this. Use this. Enriching factory. It just doubles it into the grid. But it'll be faster than waiting for the smeltery over here. So let's go get the rest of this. So that's almost done. So now we're up to that. Pull these out. I still didn't make the right. I didn't make the thing. So the uranium grit can simply be smelted into ingots. Which I mean, we knew that. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to work on this a little bit. I'm definitely going to have to increase my ore production. Not specifically, well, let's see what we need. Uranium. This. Recipes. So interesting. And then that will give us a 10% chance out of the environmental tech. I wonder if we have yellorium in here. Yellorium. Do we have any yellorite in here? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we don't actually have to worry too much about doubling it for just this moment, because why would we care? We have a couple. So the uses for this, if we smelt it, so yeah, we can just smelt it in the enrichment chamber. Okay, good to know. So yeah, that's totally doing its thing. And the output should be just the same. Okay, good to know. We have confirmed. So there's going to be a little bit of that going on in the background. So now we should be able to run over here, fetch the graphite and the uranium, and finish making parts. And you! That's right. Okay, so we're almost there. So how about stream, and then we want a controller. Controller. There we go. So we want one of these. We want one of the, yes, one of these. Yeah, we're probably going to need to make 2 chests. 2. Oops. Pistons. 1, 2. And that. 1, 2. Now I always make 2 of those. So we're going to make one of these. We're not going to make one of those. I would like to make one of those. So we're going to need a couple of these. 1, 2. We can make more if we need to. So we'll make 2 of these in case it's useful. So what do we need a control rod and fuel rod. So that would be control rod. So the design that I'm probably going to use is not going to be the most super efficient design out there. I'm sorry. And that's fine. And I'm going to adjust the interior as we need stuff. But I have a default that I use because I just kind of like the design, not because it's particularly the best or the most efficient. There are many better designs out there. So we're going to need some more graphite. I remember how I was talking about stupid amounts of graphite. Yeah, I wasn't joking. We might actually need more. Let's eat something. Alright, so let's pull out some more coal. Man, Joe, you're also judgmental. Alright, so we're going to need whatever number we pick out of the hat is going to need to be multiplied by 3 because I like the interior to have a 3 high dimension, at least at the beginning. We can adjust it from there. So I'm honestly planning on having a one, two, three, four, 5. So the first one will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, I can't math this out in my head. So I'm planning on having basically 5, 15. Wow. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm just going to make more as we get there because I can't remember. And I am apparently unable to do basic math in my head. And this is a thing that I should be capable of doing. Yep. Super embarrassing. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I need 39 of these and 13 of the control rods. 12, 13. That actually completes the quest, which gives us more casing and the resonant flux ducts, which are great for power. And then I made the bigger one. Ooh, Draconium or Supremium Essence. I'm going to think about that for a little bit. I think I've actually got a lot of Draconium, so I might go for the Supremium Essence. Okay. So I might not have any Draconium, although I could have sworn that I had some. Oh, what's it called? Draconic. Okay, I may not have Draconium. So we only get them from the void miners and the combiners and the MFR laser, which we're totally going to do as well. That explains why we don't have Draconium yet. So let's wait on it. We can always take the quest later. So I'm not necessarily worried about it. So I think I remember saying we need 39. Yeah. So let's cruise over here to where the reactor is going to be. This isn't going to be the final home of the reactor, but it's where I'm putting it for just this moment. And I'm telling you right now, I probably don't have enough casings for it. So that And that. Okay, we're gonna want to fix that in a second. So this is the basic outline of the bottom of the reactor. And I probably don't have enough right at this moment, but typically what I like to do is just have solid diamond blocks. I mean, again, it's not super great, but, you know, it's not super bad either. That is not where that goes. So if I have a builder's wand, and this is one of the benefits of having a builder's wand. I'm sure I have one. I've gotten like 3 of these stupid things. Boom. Then we do this. So this is how high it's going to be. Again, what I'm doing should probably not be... This is a reliable model, not a super efficient model. So just be aware that that is what's going on. I'm not... So that is where we put fuel in. This is where waste is ejected, in case you care. Okay, and we're going to put these here and here. All right, so now we're going to do this. Builder's wand, builder's wand, and this is a set of blocks. And so, yeah, we're totally out of time here, but I'm just gonna see how many diamonds we have, and then probably fill this up with diamonds, which will probably mostly deplete our supply of diamonds, I think. I'm gonna process a bit more coal into graphite and, you know, yellorium and stuff. So we're going to have to do most of the yellorium processing here. And then we can cook these in there. And I think we can also cook this in there. How many diamonds do we have? Diamonds. Okay, so we have 11 diamond blocks. I'm going to tell you that we're probably not going to be filling that thing anytime soon. We do have some of the... ender pearls. So what we can do is we can take the ender pearls and we can turn the ender pearls into resonant ender, which has great possibilities as far as fuel uses. And if we get really excited about going on, one of the reasons that I make the reactor that I do is it does do fairly well. And if I decide I need the extra power, I can easily upgrade it into a turbine, which we may build. They are kind of fun and cool looking, but they can hit your frame rate pretty bad. So we'll call it here. I'm probably just going to go into straight another episode. And I'm going to try and get a couple of episodes ahead so that I'm not kind of rushed on days when I don't have as much time. And yeah. And I would just like to get a couple of things done. I feel like I'm kind of like dragging a little bit, and this will help. And then if I get super excited about it, we can put out bonus episodes. Who knows? We'll see what people say. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you don't. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. And thank you guys for coming. Have a good night.